Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Akash network or Akash network. And I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should always do your research before investing money into crypto. And just before we jump into the weekly, quickly taking a look at the current market cap sitting at $600 million. So to be conservative, this is a bullish niche, obviously. GPU computing, deepen, very bullish niche. Lots of competition, of course, but I think a 10x here is, on average, a 10x from 600 million at this point in the bull market for such a project is doable. Of course, we could go much higher than that. A 10x, of course, would put the price at $24.20. And we all have our own predictions, of course, and we can make as many predictions as we want. We can never know the future for certain, but we can look at some other projects, see how they have performed. We can take a look at some market caps of some other projects and, at least have an idea of what is possible. Now, switching back to the weekly chart, of course, incredible uptrend here from the bottom in October 2022. So this project actually bottomed out with Bitcoin at the same time. Bitcoin's bottom was here in November 2022, and Akash bottomed out at the exact same price, and we went up approximately 3,750%. That is a 39x, around a 39x. From the top there in March 2022, we went down approximately 71%, and people get upset by such a correction. You have a 3,800% move to the upside, and then you have a 70% correction, and people get upset. That's because they buy at the very top, obviously. That's the way it has played out for most participants of the market. They see the price spiking, and then they think it's going to go forever, and they just end up buying. Now, I'm just going to quickly identify a very crucial level over here, and we'll move over to some indicators, and we'll move over to some good buying prices. Now, this green block represents a massive support area that we were able to hold in July 2021 during that massive bull market correction. We had a bounce from there. We printed a lower high. That was a red flag if you're looking at this high, because we did bounce from there and we printed a lower high compared to this high over here, and that was obviously your last top before the crash into the bear market. Now, right now we're looking at a similar situation. We're bouncing off this area over here, but I don't think we're going to be printing a lower high like we did over here, because this was the latter stage of the bull market, or you could say this was even the bear market at this point, because this was the end of the bull market. In this case, we're only in the middle of the bull market, so this is by any means isn't over. This is not the top, in my personal opinion. Of course, this is not financial advice. You have to do your own research when you buy these coins. So is this a good buying price? I would say yes. For me, this would be a good buying price, as this has been retested multiple times, both as support and resistance. So there's a lot of confluence in this area. If we manage to hold this block as support for the foreseeable future, we could have a very, very good move to the upside. We can actually take a look at our 1.618 target if we stretch out a Fibonacci retracement from the bottom that we printed. I believe this is August here. Yeah, late July, early August. And we take the top from March this year. We're looking at $11.41. That's approximately half of what we were expecting with the 10x. So this is roughly a 5x, maybe slightly less than a 5x from the current prices. That would be a 370% move to the upside. And then if we take a look at the second fib level and the 2.272, those could be your overextension targets if we get past the 1.618. At the moment, of course, we need to break this top. We need to break the $6 mark. After that, we could be looking at the previous all-time high at $7. And after that, of course, we have the 1.618. What we can do as well is set up a Fibonacci from the bottom here in November 2022 to the all-time high from April 2021. And we can remove the smaller fib, and we can take a look at $19 here as our bull market target. This is based once again on the from November 2022 and the bull market top from April 2021. Let's place a price tag over there just so we can have an idea of where visually we can target this area. Of course, $24 is going to be just right past that. And then after that, you have $32, which is the 1.414. And before we continue with the video, I want to give a quick shout out to my Patreon. If you're interested in getting more exclusive content, you want to support me as a creator, and you like what you're seeing here on YouTube and you want more, feel free to check out the Patreon. That's definitely a place for you. There's a 7-day free trial, which means you can get access to all of my content since the inception of the page. So that means you get podcasts, low cap gems, technical analysis, project reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. We try to do posts there on a daily basis. We cover airdrops and a lot of stuff that we don't really cover on YouTube because we don't have as much time. And of course, because patrons get more stuff and more content. And if you're interested in that, the link is down below in the description. Thank you all. Let's continue on with the video. So from the current prices, you're potentially looking at a 710% move to the upside to a 1,316% to the upside. If we take a look at the stochastic RSI, we're very low here, just like we were back in October 2023, which coincided with this retracement back to the 20 EMA on the weekly, which is the yellow EMA over there. And then this also lines up nicely with this bottom from May 2023. We were below the 20 EMA at that point, but again, that was a local bottom, just like we had a local bottom in October, just like we're having a local bottom right now. This is an amazing uptrend, and I don't see why this would potentially drop back down to, 73 cents, let's say, if we take a look at this Fibonacci retracement level. So 74 cents is off the charts in my opinion, unless we get really, really bearish for some reason. Again, this is a very bullish niche. This is AI computing, or GPU computing, I should say. DePIN narrative is going to be very, very bullish in the next year, in the future in general. But if we're talking about the realms of this bull market, then that is going to be along with AI, the two top niches. Now, if we continue this correction, right, we can't be overly bullish all the time. If we continue this correction, you might want to look at this golden pocket between the 0.5 and the 0.618 areas. That's from $1.75 down to $1.13. So if we have a flash crash, we might dip in that area before we move back up. Now we are potentially going to get a bearish cross here, and that will signal a confirmation of the downtrend for the weekly chart. We could continue moving down after that because that is usually a signal for the continuation of the downtrend. But of course, things can change very quickly. We did have this bullish cross last August, so a year ago, and this of course signaled this massive uptrend that we had. And if we take a look at the current setup with the Elliott wave structure, we have a wave 1, 2, 3. This is your 4. We can also take a look at this tightening over here that we are having with the price action candles. So you can see that we are getting very, very close to the apex of this wedge. We might have a breakout from there. This is not a typical falling wedge that we usually find at the bottom of the downtrend. This is an uptrend on the weekly. This is just a retracement, and we're forming a wedge, and hopefully we're going to have a breakout from there. And I pretty much covered everything I wanted to cover. Like I said, you can start building your position at the current prices. With a subsequent dip, you can always dollar cost average. No one is telling you to go all in right now. That's not a smart idea. It never is. We can take a look at the volume indicator below. You can see we had a massive volume candles over here in May 2024. And the same thing is going to happen again once we have the next AI mania. Keep that in mind. Let me know what you think of Akash network. Let me know if you bought into this during the 2022/2023 bear. And let me know what are your targets for the end of this bull market. Thank you all for watching. Stay safe and take care.